Hey guys, and welcome back to Greenlight Cinema with a holiday special episode starring your host, Brandon, coming back as Brando 2.0.
Too Fast, Too Brando.
And his co-host and wife, Julie. And in this episode, we'll be talking about a few holiday movies as we review their trailers.
Yeah, we're focusing definitely hardcore on the Guardians trailer. I've not got to see it. She hasn't got to see it yet. And there's a little bit of speculation going on. We've seen a different looking Groot. We're excited.
Also, I'm personally excited for Violent Night because I am a huge fan of David Harbour.
I am too. We loved him in Stranger Things.
And we'll also be talking about the new Christmas Story sequel. The one with Ralphie.
Yep. Maybe he's going by Ralph now. Peter Billingsley's amazing. Anyway, do we mention this as a holiday episode, everyone? It's good to be back after being on a little hiatus for a little bit. But yes, we are here to talk about films. And do you want to start, hon? Or do you want me to start on with what I've been reading about with the Guardians?
Well, we'll start out with Violent Night. It's short, simple. We'll start out with that.
That sounds great.
I'd like to thank you guys for welcoming me. The last time that we did a movie, or an episode together, there were some pretty harsh comments. I would appreciate no bullying. I'm very nervous doing this, so please be nice.
It means a whole lot that my wife would even do this. I mean, we know we're going to pull a great audience in.
So, of course, we're going to start talking about Violent Night. And this movie, it actually released on December 2nd of this year, and it was made by Universal Studios. However, it's not what I expected. So the star is David Harbour, and he plays Santa. And, of course, we know him as the sheriff from Stranger Things and Elle's Adopted Dad. And then the director is Tommy Wirkola.
Do we know him from anything?
Actually, we do. And that's why we have Sonic.
Oh my gosh.
So, Tommy Wirkola directed Hansel and Gretel, Witch Hunters, and What Happened to Monday, as well as some directorial and Sonic the Hedgehog. Now, the producers of this movie, Kelly McCormick, David Leitch, they both had a huge part in the Sonic movies. Huge part. Now, Kelly McCormick also produced Deadpool 2. And then David Leitch, he produced the new Bullet Train movie with Brad Pitt. And then it also has Guy Daniela, who produced Anguished in the Day, and I've never heard of those movies.
I was going to say, I don't know hardly any of those names, but I know all these movies. I've heard of them at least, so it feels like everyone's attached to something.
Yeah, exactly. When I went to look into some research about this guy, I could not find any trailers about these movies. But yeah, like I was saying, the Guy Daniela guy who produced this Anguish in This Day, never heard of these movies, never heard this director, never heard this producer, never heard this actor. When I looked him up, he's apparently all three. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. When you get like someone like that, you could get a Neil Breen type almost, that writes it, directs it, and stars in it.
Exactly.
It can be a frightening combination.
It can be real frightening.
And do you want to cue this up? You want me to... And we even...
I'm just giving out the information about the movie before we give our...
We're not watching
ideas.
This movie, are we? Is it on Peacock?
We're not going to watch the movie.
Okay.
And when we do decide to watch the movie, we'll do another episode about it.
Oh my gosh, that sounds great.
So yeah, the writers for Violent Night is Pat Casey, who also wrote Sonic the Hedgehog film series, and Warren Miller, who's an alias name for Josh Miller. Blew my mind. One and the same. And he also wrote for the Sonic movies. And for a Fox show, which is one of my favorite Fox shows, It's called Golan the Insatiable. I had no idea he had anything to do with that, but I love that show. I highly recommend it.
I love that Sonic has so much influence. Like, I hope there's at least one or two Easter eggs or something attached to like this. Like, you know, like David Harbour as Santa Claus picks up a Sonic toy or something and throws it as a weapon.
Yes,
I heard this is like Home Alone in a Christmas film, and like other films in a Christmas film.
It's like Home Alone meets
Meet the Fockers.
Meet the Fockers meet that new movie that we watched with Ryan Reynolds in it and The Rock.
What was that?
Red Notice?
Burn Notice? Central Intelligence?
It wasn't Burn Notice. It was like Red Notice.
Red Notice? Is this the one where they're a game in the game thing?
No. This is one that's got Gal Gadot in it. And they work for the Secret Intelligence.
Yeah, that was a doozy.
Yeah. Anyway, this Violent Night is just a complete mixture of all kinds of movies, but it's a great thriller Christmas movie. I would highly suggest.
I love this movie.
Watching the trailer, and then watching the movie.
I love this movie already.
Now,
have we seen it?
The movie?
Yeah.
No, we haven't seen the movie.
All right.
We've seen the trailer.
Right.
Now, personally, I've seen Krampus, the other
I've always heard that's a good movie.
Scary Christmas movie.
Yeah.
It wasn't so great. It wasn't a whole lot of scary there. So I'm hoping that this Violent Night's going to have more scary. So as far as we know, it's made 26.7 mil and still growing in the box office.
Good. Golly. Goodness. I can't believe that movie of all movies is actually like still like I felt like that kind of died out kind of quick, like it was like a couple weeks like coming to theaters.
Yeah, me too. I thought it was
that and the Christmas Story sequel was like, look what's out, and it's like, who cares?
But it's still #1 in the box office.
Wow. Oh.
Yep, as of today.
Yeah.
So personally, when I watched the trailer, what I got from it was it's a group of mercenaries, which, you know, mercenaries are supposed to be good guys, right? No. These are bad guys. These are straight up bad guys. They attack a rich family, basically just to steal their Christmas, like to be a Grinch.
Like the Grinch.
And they're hanging their stockings, de-snarled with a sneer. Tomorrow is Christmas. It's practically here. Then he growled with his Grinch fingers, nervously drumming. I must find some way to keep Christmas from coming.
Exactly. So Santa sweeps in. Of course he has to save the day so he can save Christmas. He comes in swinging slug hammers and throwing candy canes and basically kicking bad guy asses, just to save this family before the end of Christmas night and to finish the rest of his Santa duties.
Are there any little elves in this that help Santa fight? Does his reindeer attack people?
He has the people of this family help him from what I've seen. I didn't see any little personal elves. And I also didn't see any little people in the cast either.
Peter Dinklage said, I'm not doing this shit.
Can you blame him?
No.
So yeah, I think this movie, personally, is going to be amazing. What'd you think?
I think so. I loved David Harbour in anything except for Stranger Things Season 4 because he's so boring. We can't even get through the last season hardly. He's just in a like jail thing talking. I don't know. Every time we've seen him at the prison or whatever, and he's in Russia and it's snowing and it's cold and it's... I'm like, get me back to Hawkins. I don't care.
I mean, isn't that ironic? And now he's in a Christmas movie where it's snowy and cold. Isn't that ironic? So yes.
They got cheap and lazy and filmed in the same locations in Canada.
Maybe. My theory is we saw less of him in Stranger Things because he was filming Violent Night.
Yeah.
So darling, what's the next movie you'd like to talk about?
I would love to talk and us to like watch for the first time the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 trailer. Now, we tried to get through the holiday special of that, and that itself was a challenge. And I actually watched a Star Wars holiday special before.
The circuit breaker module. And by the way, let's start calling these components by their proper names. Circuit
Breaker.
remember.
And was able to sit through that. This was a little like dumbed down, dulled down. I don't know, like
Definitely made for little kids. It's definitely little kids friendly. However, our 4-year-old thought that it was too childish.
yeah, and yes, and he was very, very disappointed. Back a few years ago, and Disney was like, alright, James Gunn, for saying something, and no more movies for you. And so he just got contracted to Warner Brothers and doing like DC stuff. He made the Suicide Squad sequel, and then he does Pacemaker. And so all of a sudden Disney's like, nah, come back and do Volume 3 if you don't mind a Guardians. So with that, he makes, he's already ramping up a great, like, everyone's watching these movies. James Gunn never fails with his writing and directing. I mean, it's always on point. But now I read that there's like a speculation going around that DC may want him to do Superman. And how would this be? Like, I don't know. I'm starting to think that James Gunn's going a little like back to how he used to do movies, like the Scooby-Doo movies. They really aim for the audience of children, So I feel like that's what this Guardians holiday special was. It was, it is what it is. I think it's just a lead to of like Volume 3, and we didn't even get past that. But the trailer itself, I heard this is going to be Bradley Cooper's last time playing Rocket Raccoon. So that will be kind of sad, because I really love Bradley Cooper in this, and I don't like him in a whole lot of things. Like, I think the Hangover movies were terrible. Although Joker was great. And Lady Gaga's going to be in the sequel, and it's going to be a musical from what I heard.
Rocket knocked over Star-Lord.
Oh, it's okay. Chris Pratt's going to be the next one to go.
And it's funny that you mentioned that, darling, because Bradley Cooper does a movie with Lady Gaga called A Star Is Born, and he's actually pretty good in it.
Give me something, girl. I don't know. Yeah. I can't wait to see all this in a Joker film.
I'm excited too.
Yeah. But also in this article, I want to mention I think we're wanting to throw at James Gunn do Wonder Woman 3. And like, I love I love how he's just became like the new, like, Steven Spielberg. Like,
right?
Make anything. Please, please. Everyone out here is making terrible movies. Maybe erase these shitty Zack Snyder movies. And they are trying to do that with Flash, if we could ever watch Flash. Ezra Miller keeps getting in trouble for fucking punching people all over Hawaii.
Stop punching people, Ezra.
So, with all this being said, how about we watch the trailer to James Gunn's Volume 3 Guardians of the Galaxy? Are you ready?
I don't know.
We're in the screening room. Let's do it.
I could barely get into the movie.
Oh, you mean the holiday special? This is going to be different than that. The holiday special is a lead to the movie.
Okay.
Whoa! New ship? That's not the Milano.
I'm digging the ship.
Groot is a man, older Groot, not teenager Groot.
So this is like
They're wearing their comic book clothes.
like a planet of furries.
Yeah.
Is this Rocket's planet?
Yes. I assume, from what I've read. Oh, that's Peter Quill's sister now. Oh. Oh, look at these colorful space outfits. They look like the Teletubbies. Now, is Groot a CG in this, or is he a real costume? Rocket looks CG like normal.
I'll have to look it up for it. I'll have to look it up.
like
The face of music.
Guardian. James Gunn knows a couple things: colors to his movies, the color palette, and music.
I love otters.
Look, we're a big Shameless fans,
Big Shameless fan.
and I'm not ashamed to say that. Volume 3. They have not had one since 2017.
It's in our way.
No, not kill anyone.
Kill a few people.
Kill no people.
Kill one guy, one stupid guy who no one loves.
Now you're just making it sad.
5/5/23.
I love it.
Oh, we have to wait so long for it. Oh,
It'll be out.
I got goosebumps, guys. I got goosebumps. I am
Insurance
excited.
is so important
Oh,
for $0
oh,